Hi kiddos, it's Mrs. Trace again. Here we go. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen at group time. At group time. All right, let's sing our song. Our sound letter sound song. The A says eh. Every letter makes a sound. The A says eh. The B says B. Every letter makes a sound. The B says B. The C says K. The C says K. Every letter makes a sound. The C says K. The D says D. The D says D. Every letter makes a sound. The D says D. The E says eh. The E says eh. Every letter makes a sound. The E says eh. The F says F. The F says F. Every letter makes a sound. The F says F. The G says G. Every letter makes a sound. The G says G. The H says H. Every letter makes a sound. The H says H. The I says I. The I says I. Every letter makes a sound. The I says I. The J says J. The J says J. Every letter makes a sound. The J says J. The K says K. The K says K. Every letter makes a sound. The K says K. The L says O. The L says O. Every letter makes a sound. The L says O. The M says The M says Every letter makes a sound. The M says The N says The N says Every letter makes a sound. The N says The O says ah. The O says ah. Every letter makes a sound. The O says ah. The P says P. The P says P. Every letter makes a sound. The P says P. The Q says Qu. The Q says Qu. Every letter makes a sound. The Q says Qu. The R says The R says Every letter makes a sound. The R says The S says S. The S says S. Every letter makes a sound. The S says S. The T says T. The T says T. Every letter makes a sound. The T says T. The U says The U says Every letter makes a sound. The U says The V says V. The V says V. Every letter makes a sound. The V says V. The W says W. The W says W. Every letter makes a sound. The W says W. The X says X. The X says X. Every letter makes a sound. The X says X. The Y says Y. The Y says Y. Every letter makes a sound. The Y says Y. The Z says Z. The Z says Z. Every letter makes a sound. The Z says Z. We're getting good at that. And here we are with our numbers. Let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 fingers. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go ahead and tell me what this is. There are 0 sides. It just keeps going round and round and round in a circle. What about this one? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 equal sides. It is a square. You are right. And what about this one? It has 1, 2, 3. It's our pointy shape. It's a triangle. Nice. Okay, now, because you're so smart, I'm going to have to toss in another shape. Here we go. Does anybody know what this shape is? It has two short sides and two long sides. The two long sides are equal and the two short sides are equal, or the same. Equal means the same. Does anybody know what shape has two short sides and two long sides? A rectangle. Oh, you guys are good at these shapes. All right, kiddos, I'll see you tonight for our class. Bye-bye.